where my dogs love to kind of cry a bit. Hi. Well, hey, you want to come here? You can say hi. You can say hi. No? Here. No? Come on, you can say hi. So we are going to do a bit of a late stream. I wanted to get started. I have a busy schedule this week, so I won't be able to stream normally. I want to give a night stream a bit of a shot. So let's get started. Well, I'm waiting for there's a little bit of an update. So I'm wondering if there's a secret patch. I didn't even check that. Hey, buddy. Come here. Come here. You're going to say hi. You're going to say hi. Okay. This is Spot. This is our Barky Boy. Hi. Want to say hi? This is Barky Boy. He likes to bark and say hi. Hey, buddy. All right, you gonna sit on my lap? You gonna sit on my lap? You gonna sniff the microphone? That's cool. That's cool. I'm sure everyone will like seeing that. All right, we'll wait for the game to update. There we go. Let's go on. Hit play. All right, Spot. You can say hi. Are you done? Are you done? You done? You can go? Okay. Bye, buddy. Bye, buddy. There goes the silly boy. So we're going to finish our game as Pachacuti into modern age. So we're going to transition to Nepal. We have a pretty natural transition coming with Pachacuti, and we're showcasing a bit of the patch buffs that happened with food. Not Pachacuti in particular, but his synergies with mountains and his adjacencies with buildings are going to go really well. And also the Inca natural wonder Machu Picchu, it works really well with adjacencies as well. So we're going to see how well those adjacencies translate into modern age benefits. One of the things I noticed that food tends to be a bit better in modern age, and you get a lot more growth events again. So even if you have high level cities. So I'm really excited to see. So we had a 95 turn exploration age, which is pretty good. Seems like exploration turn-wise goes really fast. Actual real time-wise, it's very slow. There's a lot of micromanaging, especially if you're trying to utilize the best. If you're trying to utilize the best way to transition to modern age, because you're trying to the goal of modern age, the goal of antiquity is to build the best scaling possible for yourself once you get to modern age, or at least that's my view. I mean, if you want to just start with modern age, that might be an entirely different story. But part of the fun for me with this game is seeing those kind of late game synergies. You know, Deity has been improved, but it's not super difficult yet. I'm very excited to see where the game kind of goes. And you know what? There's a lot of warranted criticisms of the game so far. And I think what I see when I play this game is I see a lot of potential. I see, you know, if I think about where Civ 6 was at 3 months into launch, it was an absolute disaster. Civ 5 kinda also. Like, so Civilization has never been good on the onset. And that's one of the things I see a lot of with the critiques is like, oh, you know, this isn't nearly as good as Civ 6 or Civ 5. The one that gets me the most is concurrent players. Civ 7 hasn't beaten Civ 5 or Civ 6 right now in concurrent players. Like, yeah, no duh. No Civ has been great from launch. That's just like fact. Okay, maybe like the original Civs were pretty good, but like Civ 4 and onward all have had their long-standing growing pains, and then of course once the expansions get added, everything kind of gets fleshed out. You want to know what game by this team, well, not this team specifically, but this company, the Sid Meier franchise, there's the word, has been just the best at launch is Alpha Centauri. So if we want to compare things, like Alpha Centauri is by far the best game at launch that I've ever played. is one of the most complete games, but it also like way tinier in terms of the things that you can do, and also it's got some similar problems to late game. Late game is just a slog fest through domination. It doesn't matter what victory type you're going for. You want to go science? You need more cities. You want to go economics? You need more cities to generate more energy. Do you want to go domination? Well, you need to conquer all the cities. Do you want to go what's the votes one? Diplomatic. Well, guess what? You need more population, which means you need more cities. So it's kind of been that for as long as I can remember, and I've been playing these since pretty much the beginning. So we're gonna see how. So again, that's why I talk about this late game scaling, and I really like what we got going. I think we decided that we're gonna keep our mementos, and I really want to see how Nepal goes into its late age scaling, because we did the best with culture in the Middle Age in exploration, and diplomatic doesn't matter so much, but I wouldn't call Nepal so much a major diplomatic choice. It seems a little bit silly. I guess we'll look at the civics. But let's get started. I really like Nepal. Nepal, I think, is one of the stronger modern age cities, especially if you have mountains. But also, like, okay, one of the things I really like about Nepal and America and their play styles is, say you have a lot of cities or a lot of settlements out on, and you spread out. You did the good thing that we weren't able to do in Exploration Age, where you're able to spread to many different areas, right? And you have a lot of range, but then you have just a lot of resources that are just out of reach, or a lot of mountains that are just out of reach. Well, Nepal and America both get units, like you get the Sherpa here, that allows you to expand to those tiles. And I think that can be really strong for city development, especially when you're building tall. You have these tall play styles. So we're gonna build our Sherpa, and I made sure that there's at least 1 or 2 mountain tiles just out of range. I didn't do it as well as my first playtest with Pachacuti as the Maya, and I really, maybe I should have gone Mississippi, but like Mississippi has a flat bias, so like I don't I don't like the lack of mountains. I think it's a really anti-synergy with Pachacuti. But you can see here, oh, did we get it? Oops, I must have so I had this one empty, but I guess I must have got it later on and forgot what I was doing, my kind of general strategy. So let's actually look if there's any mountains. We still get a huge benefit for mountains in here. Oh yeah, we have these 2. Oh, we have 3, 4 even. So we're gonna be fine with Wab Canal, and maybe, do we want to make this our capital? Probably not, but that's an option. It would be nice to have those. And look at our roads. I like looking at. Is that a railroad already? Did she go? She's Siam. So we have a Persia here. Where's Persia? Am I just imagining things? Prussia. Sorry, not Persia. Prussia. So Tecumseh's Prussia? That is very interesting. Why are we getting the... Do you see that? Strathspeispan? I don't know why that's like that. Why is this like that? Yeah, here. Is there more? Okay. That's an interesting visual glitch. I'm not sure what's going on there. That's very funny. That's actually very funny. Okay, well, I wanna showcase some of Nepal's civics. I've done it in a previous video, but it's worth repeating. Food and science buildings receive an adjacency from mountains. This stacks with Pachacuti. The more mountains you have, your food and science buildings are going to be better. So science generates food from Pachacuti and is memento, and then also this this cultural civic, or this culture civic unlock. And this is good too. We want to get these pretty quickly. But I think we are doing really good on culture. This is pretty good. Borrow a boot hunt. And we also get relationships, right? So we had really bad relationships. So hopefully with Nepal's cultural civics, we're going to turn all these frowns. They will be frowns. We'll turn those upside down. So let's hope that works out in our favor. And I don't see any other mountainous terrains in our main kind of core settlements here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might be able to get this one. This is 5 away. No, sorry. That's, yeah, no, 5 away. So this is 5 away. So according to the ability, we should be able to take that. So I'm curious if we'll be able to get that. We'll be able to, oh no, that's already in. Oops, that was a bit of a mistake, but again, we weren't really thinking of Nepal as we were getting these. But anyways, all these mountains are still going to benefit from any of our, so I found out in a later game that volcanoes don't count. That's unfortunate. So we have like 3, which is decent. It's going to be a very high production city, so we'll see if Wabcanal offers us a chance to turn it into the capital, and maybe that's something we do. We failed at getting any of the economics. I don't need this though, because we have a lot. We've gained a lot in our other victory points, so we don't need this golden age. Production in settlements and city land. It's actually, that's not even that good, is it? Let's look at our. We didn't get so many, so I'm thinking a militaristic, maybe just to get that, and then expansionist. We don't even really need that either. Ooh, you know what? I do like this. Yeah, we'll think about that. Maybe the yields. We don't have that many expansionist points, so let's look. Let's keep going back and looking. These really don't do much for me. So this would be 10 gold. And how many settlements did we get? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did we just get 5? Did I count this one up here? So that's 1. Yeah, 6. It's 60 gold per turn. We're already making 333. We might be able to get some other settlements somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. It's really difficult. It's really iffy. 60 gold per turn. Still, I think is better than any of the other options. We'll get this just so we have, in case we get into wars. Ideally, we're not going to be doing this. We have a lot of relics, so 100 culture per turn is very valuable to us. And I want to look at how many academies that we built. Because we have 300 culture. So if we look at our culture, we're not the leader, and neither are we in science. So we want to see how many Golden Age academy or universities would we get if we take that. Because we did get every. So if we want to just go heavy on culture, you know, we have a lot of culture coming towards us. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I forget if I counted that one, but I don't know if it matters. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I'm very much making the case for culture here. We like pretty much triple our culture. Maybe I do that. Yeah, let's do that. Science is good, but like culture is just a win condition for us. And then ooh, we could change the capital. So we did say that would be fun. Let's do that. Do we want to take the extra food? Yeah, let's go all in. Let's go all in on food. 10% gold is pretty heavy. But let's also look. Okay. Lob Canal, we're gonna miss 2 adjacencies, but I don't know if we even really care anymore. We have plenty of districts that we can grow. We have this empty district. We have a lot of, so if we look at it, its overall production, 79 versus our capital, which is Baak, which would be 74. You know what? I think we will change our capital over to Wab Canal, just because I like my unique traits to kind of shine in the capital. So let's do that. Boom. Okay. So now we have 2 cities. Let's quickly convert our other settlements back to cities. Watch our gold just kind of go down as we do this. Wee bit of a bummer, but did we? I don't think we actually ended up converting that one. Something we could do. Maybe we did. I'm looking. Yeah, we definitely did. But it is expensive. It's fine. we're getting a wee bit of a happiness issue, but our culture jumps to 723. And that's exactly that scaling that I was talking about. Okay, so now I think we're good. I don't think there's any other cities that I want us to change over. 26 turns. You look like you want to just become a money launderer. Let's do a mining town. We can purchase these to kind of increase this town. Okay, that'll give us 18 gold. I like that. Anything else we want to focus on? These still, I want these to grow. I want this to grow. I want this to grow. You as well, and you. Okay, so that was really the only town I want to change over. This feels still like a mining town. 24 turns? Yeah, let's do that. We can always change it back to growth. But I think the extra money is worth a little bit at this stage. You are growing in 26 turns. That's pretty rough. Mining? Sure, why not? That is not what I want to press. Let's do mining. Okay. Hey, there we go. We're getting back up to almost 200 gold per turn. That's not a lot. It's very low. In fact, we are the worst in modern age, so that's good. That's good to know. It's good to know we're doing so entirely terrible with that. Ooh. With our current happiness, and we get 3 adjacencies, and we have what, a bunch of specialists here? I mean, I don't hate that. That is our culture buildings, though. So maybe I want to do it on a spot that gets pretty good happiness adjacencies, which would be like here or here. But I don't want to build over the guild hall. Right here? Nah, it's okay, yeah, right here. So we'll do this. We still get 2 adjacencies. It doesn't completely solve our happiness issue. That's what this is for. Horses. Oh no. Okay. Let's move you there. I do not like throwing everything out of the. Oh, so the capital is very happy. Interesting. Let's do. Where's happiness? We can get 1 happiness in here. Oh, you know what? You don't need that because you are a town. You don't need that much happiness. You are doing terribly. Okay. Where's our other terrible settlements? Okay. You are doing terribly. I don't know if any amount of horses is gonna fix your problems. But that's okay. Let's move you here. And you know what? I can throw the fish in here. I don't care. It's too bad they're not a factory resource anymore. So now we have a lot of cotton, but we don't need a lot of units. So that's going to be interesting. Ooh, oh, 3 turns on these? Very nice. Especially with our science as bad as it is. And we'll get natural history. This is where the gold kind of comes in. Ooh, we're not trading yet. That's going to be pretty good. I think we need the science. I don't think we need the food yet. Let's see what happens when we slot this in. 279. It did not do much for us. Oh, 293? Okay, yeah, we'll keep that in there. What happens if we take that out? 283 says 10 science. Is that worth 10 science? It still feels a little bit better than the with their city center adjacent to a mountain or 3 worked mountain tiles. So that's going to be okay. I want to see what that does to our growth. So we look at the Kathmandu. It's 20 turns on growth. So if I slot that in, how fast will that knock off any turns? It doesn't look like it has any effect, but who knows? Maybe you don't have 3 worked mountain tiles. Okay, that's a bad example. All right, let's use you as an example. Let's take that out. I don't know if it changes. So yeah, well, in that case, I still think the science would be better. And we're going to build happiness buildings right away. So let's get our 1 militaristic point. Doing really good. So let's kind of keep the ball rolling. Ball rolling uphill. This is gonna help our science out quite a bit. Let's see how much that pushed our science. It's not showing yet, but we do have a decent amount of science. But I think 5% is just gonna be better if we stack this. Yeah, we're gonna. So that should change soon. Yeah, 860, 318 science. Okay, we're doing a little bit better on science now. And we're gonna focus on city parks. Actually, let's do a grocer. You're already kind of really good at science, huh? Where would a good grocer be? Over our temple? That temple's not doing anything for us anymore. Let's do that. Let's put a grocer there. Grocers are going to stack well with our mountain tiles, so I think I like the idea of putting those there. And we can replace the temple. Like, I'm sure the temple gets us, like, I forget, 3 happiness or something. You could use a city park, so we're going to go with a city park first. Ooh, I like the idea of putting it there. But let's put it over the temple. These are still really good tiles, and we're getting really good mountain tiles from those. You absolutely need happiness. I think you need... Yeah, we can get rid of the Golden Age Academy here. And then City Park, yeah, I mean, you do need a City Park, so let's go with City Park and build it over the temple. No, we're going to build a grocer there. Actually, let's do that. Over the villa. I guess you don't really have any good spots, so let's do it. Yeah, let's do it right here. We don't need this farm. Alright, what can we build in place of this farm? These are pretty good tiles, but I think... City Center? We can get a little bit more culture out of this. That's 2 culture? Well, I don't hate that. Let's do that. We have the Coliseum that we appropriated because we are so nice. We're going to stay here. I don't know if we're going to get into a major war like we did in Exploration Age. I kind of hope not, actually. So we're going to be the nice. We're going to use the nice ideology if we get that far, which we probably will, since we are focusing on culture. And we want to save up our gold now to build explorers. We have a lot of commanders that we just kind of built just to have them. I want to make sure there's 1 commander in every city, or every settlement. Okay. Just in case we get the upgrade, which maybe that's what we could have done with our military. And we'll put that over there. Bye, puppy. He left. He decided he did not like what we were doing. And we are just going through the motions now of alerting all those. We're hoping to not have to use this. I like that you're here, though, just in case. Just in case we get into a situation with all of the AI, as I am known to do. Or as I have found myself known to do. Alright, now the city-states are going to generate. Or independent peoples, which we are going to turn into city-states with our very minimal influence. And we don't have the... well, maybe we do. Yeah, 340, so we gotta wait a few turns. 1 turn, in fact. But, Elected Republic it is. We're gonna push our culture to its limits. I think... I really like the open air museum, so I'm wondering if I should go for that first. Science is always going to be good, and we're weak on science, and there's a science city-state. We'll see if it survives. I don't know if it'll survive. I really have my doubts that it'll survive, but we're still gonna go for it. Okay, natural history, excellent. Let's put you in Chichen Itza. Where's our university? University's right there. Okay, so you might have a couple turns, unless we have a closer university. Let me look. All right. Ooh, we got a wonder. Right there. Yeah, let's do here. So you are gonna purchase an explorer. You are gonna research military science. You are gonna research 1 turn on modernization. That's not bad. What can you build? Oxford University. Haha. Let's make Ursa mad. Sorry, Ursa Ryan. That's a really good tile. That's a really fantastic tile. Let's do that. Alright. We're gonna make Ursa mad, but that's fine. That's fine. These things are fun. We're having fun. Did we build a city temple already through, was it just a few turns of production? Okay, we're getting some pretty good production. And we have our mountains with our pretty good maintenance. Okay. Right, that's going to be modernization right away. That's pretty impressive. I do. Oh no, we want to research our civic first. Our cultural civic next, I think. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see where it takes us. Food. We have those now, so I think we're gonna go for that. Don't necessarily need the culture. Dogo Onsen would be nice. But I do kind of want to get into doing what this makes this Civ special kind of right away. You don't have a university, but I'm sure there's going to be a university around you. So once we have a few turns, we're going to build an explorer there. I like to spread my explorers out. That just increases our chances of getting the relics. Because the AI, it does an okay job getting the relics, so we do feel like we have to race. But I was thinking about what kind of victory condition I really wanted to do, and because of just how great we did on culture, I feel like that's fine. Let's just go all in on culture. Oh. Ooh. Let's do that. And then maybe this. We'll lose a little bit of science, but as we confirmed, it was only 10 science or so. And then, yeah, we actually get more science this way. Don't hate that. And so, because we're good on happiness, I think going all in on our museum and building it where we had... This is good because of the specialists, right? So that's why we're getting a lot of that. This would get rid of our stone head, which I don't want to do necessarily. So we do have expedition bases at all of these, but we do get a lot of adjacencies here too. Let's do it. It's 5 food. I know we just talked about going all in on food, but hey, look at that mountain right there. 7 production, 3 food mountain. I'll take that. I don't hate that at all. Let me zoom out. I don't have the best system, so my resolution isn't going to be as good as a lot of streamers that you see. Plus, because I'm using older equipment. I think that I bought this computer before the pandemic. I did upgrade its video card, and I did buy a pretty good computer for the time. But you know what? Things start to show age, and this computer is no exception. 14 production is amazing. Or do I want to do it? Let's do it here. Getting 14 production right now is pretty good. So let's do that. We'll lose a little bit of science again. That's Shogunai. Yeah, let's do it over this lovely, and then we'll get some other buildings right there. We'll at least get a modern age quarter going, industrialization, or should we get steam engine first? Let's get steam engine first. I want to get steam engine unlocked first. Oh, okay. So here's an interesting option. I haven't bought my next explorer yet, and all my artifacts are down there. Well, he has not, and by he I mean Amina, so she has not searched her continent yet. So if I go here, and then I wait a turn to get my explorer down here, which I would have to wait a few turns anyways, that might be a better optimization, so I can get my... Oh, we have not been getting this. We need to get our next city-state. I wonder if we got that one dispersed. It feels like it got dispersed. No, it didn't. It's still alive. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's get this city-state friended. Then we can also... What was I doing? Buying an explorer down here. That's what I was doing. Perfect. Okay, so our explorers are a bit expensive, but it was actually faster to purchase it here. And yeah, I know I talked about spreading it out, but that, the situation kind of changed on me a little bit faster than we were thinking it would. And so I think it was worth our pivot. So we did a slight pivot. Let's do that. Then we can start producing some Sherpas. Maybe not before these amazing museums, though. Not there. Not there, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it here. He's amazing, fantastic, and we'll get an opera house there later too. And we're getting a decent amount of influence, so that's really helpful. How are we compared to the AI? We are double the influence production. Our gold has kind of shot up, but it's our culture really. And we remember Frederick, and he's French, and he's not doing very well in culture. That can just tell you how much scaling matters going into the next age. It's telling me that that's like the best building to put, and I don't want to disagree. Well, let's do it over City Park. It's 6 still. Pushing our culture to its limits. I don't think there's any other decisions that can be made. And also, if we go into our civic, our cultural civic, eventually the AI will like us a little bit more. We're not going to do this quite yet. I think it doesn't matter, but you know, we don't have that many districts quite completed. Yeah. This would be nice. Ooh. And that would be like a good source of culture, but then we can get this later. Okay, so we'll finish this. We'll get our gift the Gurkha, but really we're just going for this. Wait, no, what? Wait a minute. Yeah, the Buddha. Yeah, we want to get this natural wonder finished, and that'll help our relationships with everybody. So we didn't do very well in modern or in exploration age in terms of relationships. So hopefully we can make that difference. We're getting a decent amount of text though. That's very interesting. It's very surprising to me. That's 6 happiness. Let's do it. I think we already had like a way into there. So we're gonna go industrialization. We're gonna get this for the wonder really. And it would be nice actually to start trading. You don't have any competition yet. That we can see, but you know the AI is known to surprise me. So hopefully we can rush those out. And I don't see any other big decisions that we have to make. Like, okay, maybe we could try to get a settle. I like the idea of maybe getting Geneva. Oh, there it is. Maybe we don't talk about this one. Maybe we don't. It's the wonder we don't talk about with the choir kind of choiring there. Fun fact: my partner was it Oxford or Cambridge? Actually, it was Cambridge. It wasn't Oxford. But some youths were throwing rocks at her window. They didn't like know who was in that room. They were just throwing at any window. But it was just, you know, weird things that happen in campuses. Anywhere you go, really. But like, you know, all these old kind of architectures that go on that happen to just be like aged in. It's always fascinated me, kind of as I jump around, living in different places, because I've lived in vastly different places in my life. And what do I mean by that? Well, like, you know, I grew up in Michigan, so you know, go blue. I don't actually care, so please don't at me. If you didn't know about anyone from Michigan would exactly know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that. But if you didn't know, good. I'm actually glad you don't know that. But you know, anyone from Michigan would just like them's fighting words. Michigan loves its rivalries for some inexplicable reason. So anytime we just like make up rivalries, like Ohio, for example. If you know, you know. But you know, people from Michigan just can't get along with anyone in Ohio. It's just a fact. There's just a bitter ancient rivalry that exists between those two places. Fought a war. If you didn't know, you know, if we dip into kind of like my channel title here as an educator, you know, Michigan and Ohio, they fought a war. Yeah, don't you know? That was a pretty bad war. A donkey died. Yeah, it was pretty tragic for the donkey. But you know, the Wisconsin, was it Wisconsin? Yeah, it was Wisconsin. Wisconsin came in there and they got a little bit of a peace deal going there, yeah, where they said, hey, you can stop fighting, and then we'll give you the Upper Peninsula. Yeah, you can have the Upper Peninsula if it can trade for just not fighting, and then you can become a state. And they said it in that accent too, and I was really surprised. So a little bit of Michigan lore, if you were expecting that for your day. Coming in, here we go. This is why we come in. This is why we tune in. It's for the Michigan lore. But yeah, I'm from Michigan. I've lived in very different places. I went from Michigan and moved to China, where I lived there for 3 years. You know, 说的中文. Yeah, learning some different languages. Taught and got my master's in China. At a lovely... Did I? No, I had 15. For some reason, I thought I went down a settlement. So yeah, I lived in China for several years, and then after that, I became a teacher in Japan. So you know, in Nihongo shaberu. Speaking a little bit of Japanese every now and then. I lived there for several years. Vastly different from Shanghai, where I used to live. Where did we build that museum? Let's build it next to this volcano. I'm sure nothing can go wrong with our relics in that place. So you know, that seems like a great place to store our relics, right next to a volcano. I'm sure nothing will go wrong there. And then after that, I moved to Arizona. I lived in Arizona. Speaking of vastly different places, you know, moved from a kind of humid climate, you know, marshland, which is Shanghai, but you know, you wouldn't know it because it's just all city. Then I think happiness in cities seems good, but like cultures in town is also pretty good. Let's go cultures in town. Whatever. We can purchase more towns. Don't need that. +3 influence. Yeah, let's do that. I don't have the least amount of settlements though, unfortunately, so that's whatever. Hey, puppy is looking at me. He's like, what the heck is going on? Why are you talking about that? Why are you making them funny noises? You're making funny noises at me, Dad. Alright, we'll finally build over there. So yeah, lived in Arizona, did that for about 7 to 8 years. I kind of lost track of how long I did that for. Oh, you know what? I should get that. Taught. I was a teacher there. Also, I did professional development later on, so I was teaching teachers. So that's kind of why I mentioned as an educator, because it was no specific age group. I've literally taught every single age group, from 2 to 80, 2 to 90. I forget if there's a 90-year-old. There was definitely an 80-year-old though, Shunpei. He was a very, very interesting person. I loved interacting with older Japanese students because they're just, you know, they're living their best life. They're retired, you know, got plenty of money to waste on English lessons with me. So they're just a delight, and they just love it if you teach them anything. You know, just go to town. You know, any kind of lesson you give them, they'll thoroughly enjoy. So yeah, you know, it's a very easy group to just kind of start learning about and teaching. So thoroughly enjoyed that experience. So thank you to my students in Japan. I really liked all of them, but I'm actually friends with some of my old students now. They're fully adult students. Uh-oh, why? No. Who did you kill? Who did you... No! We expected it, but no. What can we do? Can we befriend anything faster? 8 turns? I don't know if we can knock this down, guys. We had a diplomatic incident. 15 turns? I don't think we can swing that down. It's okay. It's okay. I think we're actually doing okay on science. Yeah, it's not like the AI is doing better than us in science, so it is okay. We need to get our natural wonder. Do I want it next to the mountains? Not really. So maybe we think about where to put that. I think you're okay. Because we can, I don't know, this feels like a great spot to put a rail station. And this looks like a great spot to, well, maybe actually this is better to put the rail station, and then we just get some better, yeah, we get some better adjacencies. Ooh, perfect. Yeah, let's get some more culture. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then I moved to California, and another vastly different place, Los Angeles. But you know what? Los Angeles is not, you know, it's a big city, but it's not the biggest city I've been in, so it's not very intimidating in that sense. I don't know. As Americans, we think like the big cities are like New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago. Ironically, Phoenix, where I did not live, is the 5th largest city. Ooh, interesting. He joined that. Is he a threat? He is a threat, actually. So we're gonna have to worry about that. That's okay. That's for another time. We're gunning it on cultures. Do we want to take the food now? Food? Okay, let's get the food. Let's see if that. We're gonna try to build tall in our cities. Let's see if the food. I'm seeing some growth events. I'm seeing a lot of growth events. Look at that. 1 turn, 2 turns. Liking that turn of events. Okay, now can we get an explorer in Cusco? Poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. You're immediately very cool if you know that reference. Or you're old enough to know that restaurant reference. Probably not my general audience. Not that I have much of an audience. You know, shout outs to all one of you. if you're here. Oh, did I purchase a Gurkha? No, I did. I purchased a Sherpa. Okay, here it is. Okay, we're gonna have 3. We're gonna want 4 actually. So I think I can. Because let's purchase that explorer in Cusco. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. The poison for Cusco. The poison expressly for Cusco. Shoutouts to one of my favorite voice actors, Patrick Warburton. If you know who that is, you're also immediately cool. So, but I love Patrick Warburton. Brock Sampson from Venture Brothers. He played in Get Smart as just like a bit character, but you know, and he was in like a college humor skit from like ages ago. He's done some interesting stuff, but you know, just something about his voice I really enjoy. Any of his acting, just like his sardonic. He played Lemony Snicket in, what do you call it? Series of Unfortunate Events. Another fantastic. You know what? These are actually pretty good. We'll do it over this mine. Lemony Snicket. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, you can pause there. Yeah, live plenty of places. And I've droned on for so long, I kind of forgot my original point, but hey, so be it. Oh, we can get this mountain. Actually, we should do that. Let's get this mountain from... Yeah, I want to showcase this. This is pretty cool. So that, yeah, actually we have a lot in our capital, so we're gonna be doing pretty good. Getting a lot of stuff in our capital. Hey, let's get that there. Let's get that there, yeah. Don't you know? Let's do here. And we're gonna keep this Sherpa train going. We're gonna get a massive amount of production in our capital. We're still not making people happy, so that's okay. Oh, I am very impressed that they have not. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go here. I think that's going to give us the best chances of getting the relics on this side. Machiavelli has established a trade route to me. That's very good. No! That's why she hates us. She keeps killing our city-states. Who did you kill now? Okay, wasn't you. Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry. Sorry. He doesn't like it when I say no. Like, I'm just being exaggerative. I'm not actually mad. You don't like the gamer rage. Okay, Geneva's still alive. Okay, we have a chance. I think we... What if we do that? Yeah, 6 turns? Let's look at our others. How many turns are they? That's 9 turns. Okay, so we have a chance. You're telling me there's a chance? I'm sorry, I'm just like an endless font for quotes, so, you know, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I think... I want to be friendly with people, though. Let's... Alright. We gotta start pumping in our gold to merchants and things like that. We'll get those mountains, because they're good. And military academy, because they're good. And... yeah, actually, that's a perfect spot for it. Okay, that is exactly where we expected it to go. Rail stations, so we can start getting rail stations online. Let's do it over farms, because we care about food now, but we're going to be getting them from... apparently not there. Actually, maybe I do this one. Yeah, I'll do it over here. Forget everything I've just said. Ignore me. You hear me quote Venture Brothers a lot, then, you know, again, that's why I like Patrick Warburton. Let's see. You could use a military academy. Of course you could. I'm from the old times of the internet, so I quote random things incessantly. Oh. Factory there. Military armorer and factory. We don't care. Let's just put a military academy there. More artifacts. Oh, that's actually somehow we're just swimming in artifacts. Combustion into. So we'll get electricity later. We're gonna get combustion into factories just to get our factories online. No, actually, I want to get merchants. I want to get merchants and Sherpas. So we'll get you. Oh, did I think I did it right. Maybe I didn't do it right. I forgot if I clicked the right button. Maybe I did. I think I did. Maybe I clicked the right merchant button. You can just instantly send merchants now. You don't have to wait. So I'm wondering if I had somehow forgotten to do that. Whoa! I did not expect that. How rude. That's just... Oh, I am so mad. I am so mad. How could I have done it? Oh, I just took it for granted. I should have bought Sherpas a long time ago. Oh, so mad. Tell me the mountain. Okay. Let's go there. Oh my gosh. Can you believe it? Who? This is just the AI doing AI things. This is the AI doing AI things. So... I mean, I hope she goes like, that's a punishable offense, right? That's punishable by death. Like, I'm gonna be exactly as bitter as I probably should be. What ideology is she going? I don't know. I don't think she has one. Let's not lose eyes on the prize. We're gonna go for democracy. Tempting though it may be. Okay, we're gonna go democracy, and hopefully she goes against it, and then we can go to war, and we can get that back, because I'm so mad. That is, like, a blight upon your family. Oh, that's pretty good, though. Blight upon your family. Every generation. Like, you shall rue the day. Rue, I say. Fie upon thee. May all the bad things that could happen to you happen to you. May you get exactly what you deserve, and exactly what you deserve is exactly what I'm going to give to you later for taking my mountains. Those are my mountains. Not your mountains, my mountains. How dare? How absolutely dare? Oh well. I only have a few more. Do I want to trade with her? I don't want to trade with you. I'm so mad at you. Well, he's gonna hate me anyways, so... Who can we trade with? Yes. You know what? I hate you so much. Wait, no, Amina. It's Amina. Never mind, I should have traded with Tron. I forgive Tron. But Amina. Amina. My bitter, bitter enemy. What have you chosen? We'll see what you choose, but hopefully it's anything but democracy, because we're going hard. I do like these factory resources, though, so, you know, we'll get it for now. I don't think we're going to keep those, but hey. You never know, stranger things have happened. But we are going to destroy that city. That city's got to die. It cannot exist anymore longer. By principle, like, you didn't need to settle there. There was no reason. There was no benefit for you. None. Zilch. Nada. Oh, that's so interesting that we're going to get something there. Okay, I'm not upset. You can't tell I'm upset. Right? There's nothing to be upset about. Taking my mountain. I wonder if I can get that.
Is the place
Oh, red. Oh. We need to build that. Where can we build that? Bach? Can you build that? You need to build that. 9 turns? That's a long. But that's gonna be really good adjacencies, huh? Actually, it's not gonna be that good adjacencies. All right. So actually, we'll call it there. It was an hour, so thank you for playing. I only played an hour, but hey, I wanted to see how far I could get in Modern Age. I am done for today. You all have a good one.